My husband's family tried to humiliate me at an expensive dinner for losing my job. The control they thought they had disappeared seconds later. Part 2. I didn't set it on the table right away. First, I looked at Marcus. He was still pale, his fingers clenched around his napkin. His sister was staring at him like his refusal was a blood betrayal. My mother-in-law, Eleanor, had tears in her eyes, but not from fear of losing someone else's home. It was fear that her daughter would have to stop flaunting a life she could never actually afford. "Leah," Marcus said slowly, "what is that?" I opened the folder. I didn't put the full bank statement inside. I wasn't reckless. It only held copies, flagged transactions, a summary the private banker helped me prepare with a tax attorney after I claimed the prize. I had gone to the state lottery headquarters with my ID, my winning ticket, and ice-cold hands. They had explained that prizes are paid in US dollars, subject to federal tax withholdings, and processed within the statutory window. I nodded like I was hearing something routine, like my life hadn't just been cut in half and rearranged. But at that table downtown, no one knew that. To them, I was still Leah, the unemployed wife. The burden, the one who should keep her mouth shut. I slid the first page toward Marcus. "Don't sign anything." Cole let out a nervous laugh. "Oh, please, does the jobless wife give financial advice now?" "Yes," I said, "and it wasn't free." I turned to Cole. "You owe $3.2 million. A heavy silence dropped over us. Eleanor put a hand to her chest. Vanessa opened her mouth, but no sound came out. Cole tried to snatch the paper from Marcus. "That's private." Marcus held it out of his reach. "Private? You're asking me to put our condo up as collateral." "Our family is in crisis," Vanessa said, finding her venom again. "That doesn't give you the right to humiliate us." "You brought me here to use me," Marcus replied. I had never heard him speak to her like that. No shouting, no theatrics, just pain. And that pain was worth more than every million sitting in my accounts. Cole pointed at the folder. "Where did you get that?" I looked at him without blinking. "From the same place you get the truth when you leave too many unpaid bills." Vanessa laughed, but it didn't land. "Leah, you don't know anything about business." "I know how to add." I pulled out another page. "I also know your gyms in Old Town and the East Side are behind on rent. That you sold year-long memberships at 70% off you can't cover. That you owe equipment suppliers, contractors, payroll, and even the woman who leased you the cardio machines." Cole stood up. "That's enough." Marcus stood up too. "If you come near my wife, I'll break your face." The whole restaurant went quiet. A server, holding a tray of sparkling water, froze by our table. Beyond the floor-to-ceiling windows, the downtown lights looked sterile, like the whole district of glass towers and 6-lane avenues was built so no one could hear anyone else. Vanessa lowered her voice. "Marky, please, don't do this." "Do what?" he said as he glared at her. "Leave us stranded," she responded. Marcus looked at her like he was seeing her without a filter for the first time. "You left me stranded every time you insulted Leah and expected me to laugh." Eleanor started to cry. "Son, your sister is impulsive, but she loves you." "No, Mom. Vanessa needs me when it's convenient. And you call that love so you don't have to feel guilty." That sentence made all of us flinch, me included, because I'd set up that night to test him, but I hadn't expected to watch him break like that. I closed the folder slowly. Cole, desperate, switched tactics. "Leah, you get it. If we don't sign by Friday, we lose everything. I know you and Marcus have some savings. I'm not asking for charity. I'm asking for an investment." "No," I said flatly. "You don't even know the terms," he began. I cut in, "Of course I do. You want cash to plug a hole, not to grow." Vanessa slammed her palm on the table. "You don't have the right to decide. You don't even work." I breathed once, twice, 3 times. Marcus took my hand. "Vanessa, if you call her a freeloader again, we're leaving." She looked at me like she wanted to claw my face off. "And what exactly are you?" Marcus let go of my hand. He picked up Cole's papers. He tore them in half, then in quarters. Then he dropped them onto his untouched ribeye. "My wife," he said, "and she is untouchable." I couldn't breathe. This was the moment. I could have opened the full folder. I could have set the statement down with so many zeros the restaurant would have stopped breathing. I could have watched Vanessa choke on every insult along with her champagne, but I didn't. Because that night I understood something money can't buy, his answer before he knew the prize. Marcus had already chosen, without knowing, without calculating, without me promising him anything. I stood up. We're leaving. Vanessa stepped in front of us. Don't you dare, Marcus. If you walk out that door, don't ever call me family again. He looked at her with old, tired sadness. You never treated me like family anyway. We walked out without paying. Cole yelled something about lawyers. Eleanor sobbed. Vanessa called me a leech before the door shut. Marcus didn't look back. If you want to listen to the finale, then like this video and comment finale or part 3. And it will be posted tomorrow, July 14th.